You know that moment when the day is finally over, you're in bed, the lights are off, your phone is down, and suddenly your mind turns on. Thoughts you didn't have all day start showing up. Old conversations, small mistakes, things you should have said, things you didn't say. If this happens to you almost every night, this video isn't here to stop it, it's here to explain it. During the day, your brain is busy, there's noise, people talking, tasks to finish, messages to reply to. Your mind doesn't get much space to wander, but at night, all of that disappears, and when the outside world goes quiet, your inner world finally gets attention. A lot of people think overthinking at night means something is wrong with them, that they're anxious or dramatic or mentally weak. But that's not really what's happening. What's happening is much simpler. Psychologists say the brain has a habit of reviewing things when the body slows down, when you're no longer moving, no longer reacting, no longer distracted. Your brain starts asking questions. Did we miss something? Is there something unresolved? Is there something we should prepare for? Not because you're in danger, but because your brain's job is to keep you safe. Some people's brains do this more than others, especially people who think deeply, people who replay moments, people who analyze situations, people who care about outcomes. If that sounds like you, your mind doesn't just move on quickly, it likes closure, and nighttime is the only moment when it finally gets the chance to look for it. That's why your thoughts don't bother you as much during the day. They're still there. They're just waiting for silence. This is also why telling yourself to stop thinking never really works, because from your brain's point of view, thinking is the task. So when you try to shut it down, it assumes there must be something important, and it pushes harder. Another thing people don't realize is this. Overthinking at night often shows up in people who are actually very self-aware. You notice patterns. You reflect on interactions. You think about consequences. Your mind is good at connecting dots. The downside is it doesn't always know when to stop connecting them. Some people fall asleep the moment their head hits the pillow. Others need time. Not because they're broken, but because their minds work differently. Fast processors during the day often become deep processors at night. There's also something else at play. At night, there's no pressure to respond. No one needs an answer. No one is watching. So your mind feels safe bringing things up. Thoughts that felt inconvenient during the day finally feel allowed. That's why nighttime thoughts often feel emotional. They're not filtered. They're not rushed. They're raw. Your brain is basically saying, okay, now we can talk. This doesn't mean you're anxious by default. It doesn't mean you're pessimistic. And it doesn't mean you're doing life wrong. It means your mind processes things internally instead of externally. A lot of people with this kind of mind appear calm on the outside, but internally, there's a lot going on. Thoughts don't disappear, they stack. And night is when the stack tips over. It's also why you might feel more creative at night, or more reflective, or more honest with yourself. The same quiet that brings overthinking also brings clarity. So if your thoughts get loud at night, it's not a flaw. It's a side effect of a mind that pays attention, a mind that wants to understand, a mind that doesn't skim over life. Of course, this can be exhausting, especially when all you want is to sleep. But understanding what's happening changes how you see it. Instead of fighting your mind, you start recognizing its pattern. Some people unwind by moving. Others unwind by thinking. Neither is better. They're just different. If your brain replays moments at night, it's not trying to hurt you. It's trying to organize things in the only quiet space it gets. So the next time your thoughts show up after the lights go out, remember this. You're not broken. You're not weak. And you're not alone. You're just someone whose mind speaks when the world finally listens. If this felt familiar, you already know. This video wasn't random. It was for you.